Before we get started, I just want to remind you, please subscribe to our channel. We have so much fun stuff for you about herbs, about things that you need if you love herbs, like books and mason jars and tea strainers and all kinds of cool stuff. So subscribe and never miss a video.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some books.
Cool. All right then. Let's try this one then.
Yeah.
This is the Herbal Medic. This is written by our friend and inspiration, Sam Coffman.
Comrade in...
He loves to inspire people. I know he does. So this book is... Let's see. So what do I like this book, aside from just because Sam's cool and because I'm secretly on the cover. You may not have noticed, but like that's me back there when I had long hair. You can't see it because it's in the back of a picture. It's just funny.
Wait. I will tell you the thing I like best about this book.
What is the thing?
It is chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chapter 8, 20 useful formulas for home and the end of the world.
Yeah. So,
get this book.
You know, if you don't know Sam Coffman already, he has this organization called Herbal Medic University and the Human Path down in Texas. And there he teaches herbalism, but he also teaches survival skills and like blacksmithing and how to process animals, and he and other instructors there. So they have basically all of your survivalist skills, all of your prepper skills, all of your herbalism, all of your small group infiltration, penetration, and exfiltration exercises. Yeah. You can teach that too. So,
and for the last 18 months, I've been teaching with them a program called the Emergent Responder, which is a program that trains you to set up disaster response clinics and disaster response responses for your community, for your family, for like whatever scale you want to do that on. And this book was kind of the precursor to that, because he really is thinking about post-disaster and preparedness and not just taking care of yourself, but your community. And then we just built and built to build that program.
Yeah, so some of the cool things around that's going on in here is that there's this focus on what can you do for yourself in a post-disaster or a remote wilderness situation to take care of some pretty serious problems. With simple herbs that you might have in your area, or, I mean, he's got a Materia Medica section in here, but it's pretty clear that, you know, what matters is the effect or the action of the herb, and you can go and find the ones that are local to where you are. You know, Sam's down in Texas, so there's a number of plants that show up there that I've never seen, except when I go visit.
But they don't grow here. They don't all grow here.
Yeah. But anyway, what's great about this, again, is that focus on acute problems, on disaster situations, and on applying herbs in that kind of context. That's really Sam's kind of specialty. We should probably say, you know, like it grows out of his experience being a Green Beret or a Special Forces medic. And so he did that for several years, and then decided to go be a plant hippie. And if you hang out with Sam in person, he totally like transitions between both of those. Like he'll have a day at his school where part of his job is to put on body armor and like fight with all of his students in this little adrenaline exercise.
Where literally 20 people right after another will just try to beat him up. And
And there's reasons for that, whatever. And then like the afternoon is we're gonna go take a plant walk, and then he's gonna like talk about this herb and like get really excited and
now
like,
we're gonna meditate with it.
Yeah, and like want to teach you all these things about like the first time he hung out with this plant and what it taught him and how it turned his life around and whatever. So like Sam totally embodies the confluence of these kind of things that people regard as opposites but really aren't, because all of it is oriented towards we have to save this fucking planet we live on if we want to keep living here. So. And I had to throw in this word there because, like, it's Sam.
Yeah, sorry, you guys.
That totally would have been there. Yeah, so it's great, and I love it for that kind of reason. It's really down to earth. It's a simple book that you could give to anybody who's brand new to herbalism or to any piece of prepping that may be involved, and you could come at them from either side there. So for people who want to be a little more self-sufficient, for people who want to be able to help others in these kind of situations.
If you're already like on a search and rescue team, or if you have a wilderness first responder and you want to be able to incorporate herbalism into that, this is a great book.
And we should say there's some chapters in here written by some other folks, one by Katia Limon, who's not to be confused with Katia Swift.
Yeah.
Katia Limon wrote she's a midwife, and she's done a lot of work around emergency childbirth, so she wrote a Meconium Hits the Fan chapter in there, which is a joke you'll understand once you read it. And then David House, he did a chapter on distillation. So for all of you who want to get some moonshine going, don't tell anybody that we told you, because it's not probably allowed. But you could at least learn this in a theoretical way and be very interested in all of the things that somebody might do at some point.
In an emergency kind of situation.
When you just needed that, yeah.
It is actually really useful though, because we use alcohol as a menstruum for making medicine, and if you can't buy it somewhere, then you're going to need to make it if you don't know how to do that.
Right, and one aspect that I've found that I've observed when people get into the prepper thing is that it makes them appreciate how much work and effort goes into everything that's around them, right? There's another author we look into a lot, and she talks a lot about how we've outsourced a lot of our movement. We don't, you can go to the store and you can buy I don't want to chop carrots, just give me the pre-chopped carrots, right? I'm going to get that. That's like outsourcing movement, right?
There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're a busy person who just wants to eat some vegetables and you worked all day. Right. But her point is just that we used to have exercise built into our day, and we didn't have to go to the gym to get it.
Yeah. So, when you start doing more homesteading stuff, you become aware of that sort of thing, and the same when you start thinking about some of the prepping stuff, what would I actually do if I saw somebody with a gangrenous leg and I was trying to help them and I had no access to a hospital? Well, Sam's got the answer for that one. And then David in here in his chapter has the answer for where the hell am I going to get vodka from after the end of the world? Right? You need to know. Right? Yeah, you need to know. For all kinds of reasons. Not least to make your tinctures with, right? So anyway, so it covers a whole bunch of cool stuff like that. I really like this one. I think it's unique. And, you'll probably get the point by the time we've gone through a couple more here, but we're really interested in herbal books that are more than just here's another encyclopedia of herbs and a list of 50 plants and, very, I'm just going to tell you all the plants that I know. These have a purpose, right? So Henriette is, let's be as simple and practical and down to earth and beginner friendly, and yet rewarding for people of experience as we can stuff into one volume, or actually two, right? And then Sam is let's teach people some basic herbalism, but with a specific perspective or the specific goal, right? So we find that to be really useful when we're looking at a book.
There really aren't, I don't think that I can think of a single other herb book that focuses on traumatic injuries or acute post-disaster kinds of situations. And you don't have to be an apocalyptic prepper to need this stuff. Hurricanes, Sam organized a bunch of teams, and they are in San Antonio. They went to Houston after Hurricane Harvey, and they worked like crazy. They went 3-4 days out of every week, and these were the skills they were using. So it's important just for regular people too.
Yeah, none of us is exempt from disaster, so good to prepare. Cool. So that's that one. That's the Herbal Medic from Sam Coffman.
So I hope that you really loved learning about all these books. I hope that it'll be really useful for you as you think about what books do you want to get to start your herbal library. And don't forget to subscribe and get lots more cool videos to help you grow your herbalism habit.
Right on. Okay, see you later.